Welcome to the Consciousness Anywhere and Everywhere podcast. I am Shannonohara, and I invite you to a completely new world of possibilities. Okay, hello everybody. I'm so honored that all of you are here and super excited to be creating this with all of you moving forward. The banner for Access is all of life comes to me with ease and joy and glory. So Access is an incredible toolbox full of tools, resources to shift and change any area of your life. And when I say any area of your life, I'm sincere in that statement, and that can sound hugely ambitious and too good to be true. And I would love to set the pitch for all of you today. Are you willing to have what you've already decided is too good to be true for you? So everywhere you have eliminated what else is possible in your life, because it's too easy, will you destroy and uncreate all that? Right and wrong, good and bad, all nine, PUD, PUC, shorts, boys, and beyonds. And so that's the access clearing statement. Will you destroy and uncreate all that? Right and wrong, good and bad, all nine, PUD, PUC, shorts, boys, and beyonds of the access clearing statement and how it works. It is the magic delete button that you can use to shift and change very persistent, very restrictive energies. Everything in the universe is made of energy. And this is literally, this is not a woo-woo, airy-fairy point of view. Our bodies are made of energy. The ceiling is made of energy. The trees outside are made of energy. Everything is made of vibrating molecules, and your consciousness or your lack of consciousness is what can affect those molecules and what creates the reality that's showing up for you. So the premise of Access Consciousness is that you create your reality. So how are you creating the life that's presently showing up for you? And would you be interested in learning ways to create a life that you desire? What choices have you made? What choices are you making? And what points of view have you taken that might be eliminating ease in your life? Has ease been a priority for you? Is ease valuable to you? Or is it only valuable when you've worked really hard for it? And is that your point of view? Or is that a point of view that you've either learned from others, taken on from others? So everywhere that you bought the point of view that it's not worth it unless it's hard, will you destroy and uncreate all that? Right and wrong, good and bad, all nine, PUD, PUC, shorts, boys, and beyonds. Again, that's the access clearing statement. If you're not familiar with that weird sounding gobbledygook, it is, you can visit theclearingstatement.com. You can go to an Access Foundation class. You can talk to an Access facilitator. The clearing statement is a huge, potent resource that won't make sense to your logical mind, but the good news is it doesn't actually have to make sense to your mind for it to work, because everything is energy. Your mind cannot comprehend energy. You are an energetic being that creates, believe it or not, from the energy. And so if you want to change any area of your life, you have to address the energetics of where you're creating. Your mind will often take you away from energetic awareness. Many of the tools in Access Consciousness are designed to give you more energetic awareness, period, awareness of everything. Is it easy to be aware of everything? Or is it hard to be aware? So everywhere that you have made awareness hard, will you destroy and uncreate all that? Right and wrong, good and bad, all nine, PUD, PUC, shorts, boys, and beyonds. And what creates hard? So how many of you guys have ever judged? How many of you have ever judged? Obviously, most of us know what judgment is, unfortunately. When you have judgments, when you're being judged, when you're judging, does that make your life easier or does it make life harder? What are some of the points of view that you use that make life harder? Are you aware that you're choosing ease or not ease? Or do you tend to function from that you have no choice in the matter and your life is just hard, or this area of my life is hard and you don't know how it got hard? What if every choice you make, every point of view you take is contributing to the ease of any area of your life or the hard of any area of your life? And everything that brings up, will you guys destroy and uncreate it? Right and wrong, good and bad, all 9, POD, POC, shorts, boys, and beyonds. How many people do you know that have total ease in their lives? So why is ease such a rare commodity? Is ease seen as a valuable resource in the world, or is ease seen as wrong or inappropriate or an invalidation of other people's hard work? How many of you guys have given up ease to validate somebody else's reality? Somebody else's reality that wanted life to be hard. Where have you given up ease in your life to validate the hard in other people's worlds? And everywhere you've done that and everything that brings up, will you destroy and uncreate it, please? Right and wrong, good and bad, all 9, POD, POC, shorts, boys, and beyonds. Everywhere that you have made your life harder to fit in with others so that they'd like you, or that you'd be like them, or that you'd feel like them, will you destroy and uncreate all that, please? Right and wrong, good and bad, all 9, POD, POC, shorts, boys, and beyonds. Do people value ease? When stuff comes to you with ease, do you trust it, or are you suspicious of that ease? What ease have you been refusing with the hard life you've been choosing? And everything that is, we destroy and uncreate it, please. Right and wrong, good and bad, all 9, POD, POC, shorts, boys, and beyonds. So let's look at ease in regards to a specific area. So let's look at ease with money. Are you allowed to have ease with money? Do you have ease with money? Do you know anybody that has ease with money? Do you desire to have ease with money? What would you have to change? What would you have to choose? And what would you have to be to have ease with money? And everything that brings up and everything that doesn't allow it, will you destroy and uncreate it, please? Right and wrong, good and bad, all 9, POD, POC, shorts, boys, and beyonds. Whose points of view about money have you bought that create difficulty, hardship around money? How many points of view did you buy from your parents about money? And what are their points of view about money, that money is easy, that money comes with ease? Or were there points of view about money that money was an enemy or difficult or hard or stressful or a whole bunch of other stuff? So if you can start to see, have you bought, did you take on anybody else's points of view about money? Just look at your parents' points of view as an example. Now, would you like to destroy and uncreate some of that? right and wrong, good and bad, all nine, pod, poc, shorts, boys, beyonds, and everything that tells you that it is impossible, hopeless, and hard to change your money reality and for money to become ease. Will you destroy and uncreate this, please? Right and wrong, good and bad, all nine, pod, poc, shorts, boys, and beyonds. If you had ease in your life, what would you lose? And everywhere that you are trying to hold on to the struggle, the effort, the pain, the hardship, the suffering, the victimization, the beautiful trauma and drama of it all, to maintain your place in society and in your family, will you destroy and create all this, please? Right and wrong, good and bad, all nine, pod, poc, shorts, boys, and beyonds. Ooh. So maybe you guys are starting to see how deeply this question of ease can go, and the reality of where we can choose ease and where we reject ease or refuse ease in our lives in any area. And I really love the awareness of ease and the possibility of ease, but I didn't always. And I didn't even really know what ease was. And I really didn't know what my point of view in reality with ease was for a really long time. I learned all of life comes to me with ease and joy and glory. That, from my point of view, is the number one tool in Access. It's actually still my most utilized tool and the one that I remember every day and that I use as my benchmark for creating my life. If you say all of life comes to me with ease and joy and glory 10 times in the morning, 10 times at lunchtime, 10 times at dinner time, it'll start to change your life. And this is one of the tools that Gary Douglas first presented. And when I first heard it, I was like, it's just like saying all of life comes to me with ease and joy and glory. How really effective is that going to be? And it was really interesting to start to use that different way of functioning, because I started to recognize the areas in my life where I wasn't having ease. And I would be like, well, can I have this be easy? And I started to recognize that if it's not ease, it's not my reality. So how many of you guys have tried to make hard real and true for you? And is hard real and true for you? Or is ease more real and true for you? And so I learned all of life comes to me with ease and joy and glory, and I continued to use it, even though I didn't really know like what it was going to create or how it was going to create. I just did it because I needed to do something to improve my life and to create my life. And years ago, I was at a class with Gary, and we were talking about creating life and creating our lives, and I was like, I don't know what I want to create in my life, and I'm not really sure what my priorities are. And he said, well, what if your priority was ease? And I was like, shit, that can be a priority? You can prioritize choosing for ease? I went, whoa, okay, that's a completely different way of creating my reality. And I started asking, when I was looking to create my life, I was like, well, what choice is going to lead to greater ease? What's going to create more ease in my life? If I choose this, will this lead to more ease? If I choose this, will this lead to more ease? What are the choices that will lead to more ease? And that started being the benchmark and really the priority and the target for a lot of my choices was more ease. And lo and behold, my life got easier and easier and easier. And I had to catch myself. How many of you guys have ever thought, bought, functioned from, or recognized that you have a point of view that ease is boring? How many movies, how much entertainment, how much do you guys see out in the world that's about ease versus that's about trauma and drama, upset and intrigue? And I at one point was living, I actually presently am living on the Sunshine Coast of Australia. And I was years ago, about 8 years ago, I was living on the Sunshine Coast of Australia. And those of you guys that don't know, the Sunshine Coast is a really beautiful, really special place. The earth here is gorgeous. The beach is gorgeous. The culture is easy. There's a lot of space. The weather's amazing. It's like a really, really easy place to live in the world. And I was living here and I got really bored. And I chose to move down to Sydney. And Sydney is a really big city. It's got tons of traffic. And I was living there for a while, and it was like I was getting parking tickets. I never knew where I was going. I was finding it really hard to make friends. I was going into a lot of debt. It was like life just got way harder. And I was talking to my dad about it, and I was like, yeah, it's like I chose to move down to Sydney, but stuff is so hard. It's so much harder here. And he was, and I was like, it was so easy up on the Sunshine Coast. And he's like, yeah, but you were bored. I was like, whoa. And I got how that the ease that my life was boring to me. And I went, isn't that interesting? Because I chose to come to a place where there's more action, where there's like sort of like more culture, more people, more sort of stuff. But it was like, in addition to it being more stimulating, it was also a lot harder. And I went, oh, interesting. Okay, so I chose away from that ease because it just was so boring for me. And I had to look at, okay, so is ease really boring for me? And I had to look at what I desired to create. And if it came with ease, was that going to be stimulating enough for me? And so I had to really discover that for myself. And so you guys can start to notice, are you interested in having more ease in your life? Question number 1, do you desire more ease in your life? For some of you guys, you might not even really know yet. You might think it's a good idea to have more ease in your life. And the way you know if you're being honest with yourself about what you say you want is what's showing up in your life. So if you say you want more ease in your life, but your life is like hard, then you know that you're really prioritizing and choosing more hard. If you would like more ease in your life and you say you're choosing more ease and you're choosing for more ease and really life is getting more ease filled, then you know that that is actually what you're choosing and what is your priority is. So really the question has to be, do you desire more ease? What does ease mean to you guys? And everything that brings up, will you guys destroy and uncreate it? Right and wrong, good and bad, all 9 PUD PUC shirts, boys and beyonds. Wow. What does ease mean to you guys? And everything that is and everything that brings up, will you guys destroy and uncreate it, please? Right and wrong, good and bad, all 9 PUD PUC shirts, boys and beyonds. And what does ease mean to you guys? And everything that brings up, will you destroy and uncreate it, please? Right and wrong, good and bad, all 9 PUD PUC shirts, boys and beyonds. Were you ever made wrong for things being too ease for you? And everything that you gave up in that, will you destroy and uncreate it all and gain it back again? Right and wrong, good and bad, all 9. Wow. PUD PUC shirts, boys and beyonds. Did you ever give up the ease? Did you ever give up your ease because it didn't match other people's realities? And everything that is, we destroy and uncreate it. Right and wrong, good and bad, all 9 PUD PUC shirts, boys and beyonds. Wow. And where else did you guys give up your ease for others in any lifetime? And everything that is, we destroy and uncreate it, please. Right and wrong, good and bad, all 9 PUD PUC shirts, boys and beyonds. What would a life full of ease be? And everything that doesn't allow you to perceive, know, be, and receive that, will you destroy and uncreate it, please? Right and wrong, good and bad, all 9 PUD PUC shirts, boys and beyonds. And again, is ease a valuable resource on the planet? And this is where I'd really like to leave you guys with, is this question of ease. So what if all of your life came to you with ease? Is all of life coming with ease a valuable point of view on this planet, or something that people disbelieve or reject or find not valuable? What is it for you? And this is where I really would love to leave you guys, is this question of, what is your reality? And do you value ease? Has ease been a priority for you? And you just have to sort of look at your life. You have to look at all the circumstances and situations in your life, and you've got to start to look at and acknowledge, where are you allowing ease to exist, and where do you not have ease? And look at the areas in your life that you don't have ease. And what if you started to ask the question, what would it take to have this be ease? What would it take for this to be ease? What would you have to change? What points of view would you have to get rid of? What would you have to claim on and acknowledge for that area of your life to be ease? Do you desire that area of your life to be ease? And then really start exploring what the implications of having ease in that area of your life would be. Because it's very... hopefully some of you guys are starting to see how far-reaching and deeply this question of ease goes, and how much it touches, and how much it challenges you to change the points of view that you've been creating your life and your reality from. And if your life could be ease, would you desire that? And are you choosing that? And it's really what's showing up in your life today is really the answer to that question, guys. Today's conversation is ease. All of life comes to me with ease and joy and glory. What would it take for ease to show you what it's capable of? What energy, space, and consciousness can you and your body be to facilitate the expansion of ease in your world and in the universe? And everything that doesn't allow it, will you please destroy and uncreate it? Right and wrong, good and bad, all night, pod poc, shorts, boys, and beyonds. Get to know ease. Explore your experience of ease. And what greater relationship and intimacy with ease are you willing to have, even if it doesn't have the contraction and excitement that having a hard time can sometimes be. Thank you all so much for joining me. I love you. I look forward to playing with more of the tools of Access Consciousness with you. Please explore Access Consciousness. Please use your tools. Please use your resources. What will it take to have a more conscious world? The change begins with you. Thanks, guys. Bye. Thank you for listening to this show. My target is to make consciousness easy to find and choose. So if you enjoyed this podcast, please leave a 5-star review on iTunes and share this with somebody who you know who might be looking for more consciousness in their life. You can visit me on Shannon-O'Hara.com or talktotheentities.com. And to learn more about the amazing tools of Access Consciousness, you can visit accessconsciousness.com and be sure to subscribe to the podcast.